So I'm going to say, anyways, good morning. This is the 31st Unlock DAO call of this year. So we've been around for a bit. Welcome, Will. Welcome, Danny. Welcome, Manuel. Welcome, Chris. So great to see you. Let me rejoin from my biz account. You do that. That's fine. We have an agenda today, but also let's give it maybe a few more minutes to give some people a chance to join. Let's see. Anyway, Julian is saying he will be a few minutes late. That's fine, I guess. It's hard to live without Julian, but we can try at least for 5 minutes. Sissy these days has a ton of different cool backgrounds, and they're all real. I don't know how he's doing this. It's like magically switching locations here.
That's the magic of my husband.
Can I get a husband like that? Can you bore him?
Yeah. Ask for it.
It's too late, Stella.
It's too late, right?
It's too late.
Gotta deal with my own. Damn it. No magic location changes. All right. Damn it. Fair enough. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, I was just saying maybe give it a few more minutes. Julian also said he's gonna run a few minutes late. But essentially, as you guys already know, it's not going to be a huge surprise to, I think, anyone here today. Maybe Chris. Maybe it's going to be a surprise to Chris. But we have changed the format a little bit. So last week was the monthly DAO summary call with all of the different freaking agenda items, bringing order to the chaos. And this week is one of 3 weeks in queue and row that we will talk about very specific topics. Up on the agenda today is Danny, aka Polite Card, with some surprising stuff, I hope. Some cool surprising stuff.
First?
And you're first. You don't want to be first?
No, I don't mind. It's just I'm not usually first.
I mean, you were the first one to reach out. Whenever you're the first one to reach out, I would definitely put you first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
That's how it goes.
It's cool.
Yes.
It's been a long time I was first at anything.
Yeah. At Unlocked Protocol, people can come first. Can we turn this into a sexy quote somehow? Oh no, Sissy's husband is a writer. That's why there are so many books. Still no bueno. Will cannot hear us. You want to check the live stream on YouTube and see if you can hear us there. But although it doesn't look like, oh no, it's an excellent connection on YouTube. But still sucks. I want to hear you when you talk. So that's not so cool. And Julian made his way in here. Awesome. Hello. How dare you being late to this important meeting? No, just kidding. I saw your message. Hi. Okay. What is the word for me was to reboot my PC. Yeah, I think maybe they did a major upgrade or something at Huddle because, you're not the first who's been having a little bit of an issue today. So maybe do what Sissy is recommending and reboot your entire computer. And maybe this resolves the issue. So my service provider alert. I don't know. So quickly 2 reminders. We'll push them in first, even before Danny comes first today, which is one reminder that is, please add your ideas to this forum, because this Friday, I will push this stuff up on GitHub because we need to have it on there so we can assign values to it with the upcoming Scout game collaboration. And so really, really urgently, please, if you have any ideas on how to improve the protocol or any, issues, whatever you found, please make sure to add it to this forum so we can push this up for you on GitHub, okay? Number 1. Reminder number 2, also the last one this week. Last one. No extensions, okay? is going to be for the on-chain organizational tree that we launched with Hats Protocol, because we definitely want to make use of the Rollocracy membership NFTs. So please make sure to apply for your appropriate membership NFT, because I'm not going to send this out every week, right? So I will redeploy essentially the tree after I've inserted all of the different wallet addresses that are supposed to receive one of these membership NFTs. And then I might be doing this again in 3 months or so, right? I don't plan on doing this every freaking week. So make sure to enter it now, or live with the fact that you will be receiving this in months from now. It's your choice, but please make sure to add yourself to this. Julian, you're at no risk. You already did this. Sissy did this. Chris, I guess, needs to do that. So maybe if you don't mind, Julian sent this to Chris. So he has it at his fingertips once he gets out of the car. And I think we can start with the agenda. So first up is a presentation, I think, by Danny. It's a surprise. I don't know. Let's
It's
go.
not. It's not a surprise. You had to phrase it that way, but it's more of a demo. And so, since I've been in the community, Julian has always preached that we had to build something, and we needed to do something. And I've always been like, I'm working on it. I'm coming up with it, and finally, the day has come. It's here now. So I wanted to show what this is and what I've been working on. And it brings together everything that I've been doing for the past couple of years now, education and all of that stuff. So I'm going to drop the link in the chat so you can all check it out. So it's actually in production now for beta testing. So basically, let me also share my screen so you can see what it is. Chrome tab. All right, so this is P2E Inferno, which is basically a gaming platform, but it's based on education. So it's a gamified Web3 education platform. And the mission is to transform Web3 participation and learning into an engaging, reward driven experience. So we target new commerce and people that are looking to learn Web3, developers and blockchain enthusiasts. And so we try to get people involved based on a quest based or milestone based learning and engagement sort of activity. So currently, like I said, we're doing our beta testing. So you can, I'm obviously asking everyone to hop on and try to use and give some feedback. But this basically is built completely on Unlock. And forgive me, I wouldn't be able to check the chats and do this at the same time. So maybe if there's anything you can
No worries.
interrupt me, of course, anything that I need to know about. So right now you can easily just explore the boot camps, and right now there's just one because it's beta testing, so we just want to get the essentials really tested, and if there's any bugs or whatever that needs to be done before we actually go to like public and open up the platform for everyone, we want to like iron those issues out. So that's why we have the beta program. And it's if you click on that, it's going to open. So typically we for each bootcamp that we're going to have for any type of program that we want to teach, so we don't just limit ourselves to blockchain right now. We're also going to be doing AI things because AI is here to stay, and a lot of people don't know how to use these things. So for each bootcamp, there are going to be multiple cohorts, and so whenever you click into the bootcamp, you're going to see the available cohorts and things like that. So you would click on the cohort, and then you would see information about that cohort, things that you would learn, the program highlights, and eventually maybe when we have a situation where there are like different instructors for a boot camp, then you might see them here as well. But right now, since it's just a very small team, and by a small team I mean just me, I will be doing a lot of the education and is being the instructor. So that part is not really relevant right now. So you can click on the form and it just gets you to like register. We want to get some simple information. So I'm just going to put something here like this and email and a phone number. Um, we don't really have a validation for that. So you definitely want to put in your experience level so that way we can use that to curate quests and types of things that will be available to you, and then what you're interested in. And once you're done with that, it's actually a paid program, so you have to pay for this boot camp. And so we have two payment methods. We've integrated a fiat payment system, which you can now pay in naira, or you can do in block, or you can do the payment with blockchain. And so this is direct unlock protocol integration. I'm going to click that. Although the this there's a problem with this, but it's actually fully integrated and working directly with the purchase method. So we don't really use the unlock checkout that's been created for this. We use a direct payment. So for some reason this is throwing an error, and I'm not going to waste time trying to dig into that right now. So I'll just go on with the fiat payment method just to get through this. And when you click that, it brings up a pop-up. And since this is for like beta, we're not really taking money from people. So what happens is this is the payment processor sort of test, and you can just click on this, and then there's a webhook that checks for the payment. So what happens here is when the payment is verified, then it's going to like mint a key to the lock. So typically every bootcamp and every quest and milestone that we have is a lock on the back end. And so this is going to mint a key to the user. So I didn't actually talk about the wallet connection, but we integrated Privy so users can easily get onboarded, so they can connect with their email addresses and the any other social method that we're going to enable. But for now, it's like just your email address. And so when you do that, it creates an embedded wallet for you. And so we're checking if you're connected with your like EOA or your embedded wallet, then we're going to mint the key to that address. And so when you've enrolled, you can this is basically your lobby, because we're a gaming platform. It's not like a dashboard, it's the lobby where you can go explore other things. So you can have the quests where you can see the available quests, and we can just check out this one. So there's different things that you can do, and the quest is basically designed to get people to get engaged in any kind of blockchain activity or even non-blockchain activity. So there's different things. And so this is basically to link your email, you get a little bit of reward. This is to connect your wallet, sign the terms of service, link your forecaster, and each of these activities get you some rewards. So I'm going to head back to the lobby and head over to the enrolled bootcamps to see. So this is where you see the bootcamps that you've enrolled in. That's the cohorts, and then you can start your learning. So when you get into that place, you can see all of the tasks that's available. So right now we just have this one that is starting soon. And this again is a lock that is being deployed as well in the back end. And so you can do this. So the first task here is to like join Zora, and you can upload the screenshot of your Zora profile. So there's different types of tasks that you have to do. Some of them would be contract interaction based. Some of them would be maybe uploading a screenshot, a URL, or different types. We could also integrate with other platforms. There's the basic one is also there's also a lock type where you need to have the key to a specific lock to complete that task. So the description here will tell you this is like join Zora. So if you had to do anything, this description would tell you what you had to do, and you would be able to do it based on the type of task that it is. And when you're done with that, this is the reward associated with the task, and you can easily claim that. So we also have some features that's not been implemented yet, like the bounties, which will be a lot more developer focused to do different types of development task. And we also have events, which is where a lot of our gaming things will come into play, where we have like gaming tournaments and things like that. So that's really what's going to be for the events. And then for the profile, you can this we are also having a subscription based memberships for allowing the withdrawals of all these tokens that are earned. So that's a premium feature where you can earn all these tokens, but if you want to take it off the platform into your wallet, then you need to like you need to have a subscription, and then you can transfer. So some features are not exactly implemented yet because they're not essential to like the main functionality right now. It's stuff that we're going to do along the line. But basically, yeah, now you can link your email address or your Farcaster, which if you do this now, it'll open the thing and you can scan the code and link your Farcaster, and then you can claim the reward. So that's what it is on a high level, and really excited that we uh, are here right now because there's a bunch of different things that I've built that this actually is what ties them together, including the token vendor, and there's also a multi-level affiliate platform on the way. And so all of these things are tied together in this central hub where people can come together and they can learn, and they can also engage in like activities and things like that all in one place, and it's all powered by Unlock. So yeah, that's what it is on a high level. Really open to answering any questions, and the next steps, obviously, it's a call for beta testing. So we need more people, and obviously we need some funding to build this out more. So it looks like the whole Web3 is going to hell right now. I didn't want to do this because of all of the news that I woke up to, but I'd already planned this out since last week. So I figured, well, I might as well just go through with it and not push it back. So that's what it is, and I'd be very interested to hear.
Thank you, Danny. Great presentation. Let me give you feedback from the chat. So we were not sure if a phone number is required. Julian was worried that that might get people to maybe not, apply or sign up. I would have the same concern, but I also know this might be working very differently in South America and in Nigeria as well, because here people are less afraid to share those things. I don't know what you think about this, but this was some concern shared. Otherwise, I think this is really cool, and the attack that happened yesterday, I think let's not get shaken by this stuff anymore. It will happen. It will keep happening. But lucky for us, it doesn't affect us really. So
Yeah. Okay. Really great feedback. Thanks. And for the phone number, it's absolutely not a hill to die on or anything. If it's something that's going to cause friction, could absolutely remove that, because there's no real reason. It's just one of those things for like marketing. If we get a phone number, we could easily reach out to people more with like an SMS type thing, which people respond to a lot more over here. Not a lot of people check emails as much, but I mean, we could still go ahead with the email, which still works pretty well for the most part. So that's not something. But for the failed payment transaction, I think that there's just something that there's just a bug that I need to check. But obviously all of that was checked in development, and everything was working pretty well. So I also did the CSP thing with the privy. So I need to check what really is causing that, and it's probably just a small thing that I need to fix. But that's the point of all of the beta testing, to get all these features, because a lot of people don't have the testnet tokens to do the blockchain verification. So most people just go with the fiat. So nobody had reported that before now. So everyone has just been doing fiat. But right, for the blockchain testing, it's on base Sepolia. So you need like 10 USDC on base Sepolia to be able to like pay for it. So I'll just fix that up after the call, and hopefully anybody can just test that. Maybe you might be able to get 10 USDC from Circle or something, some kind of faucet, to be able to go through with that. But yeah.
I also think this is really good that some of us would be testing it this week and provide Danny with the necessary feedback, because next week we're going to share a blog post about him. It's going to be a spotlight. So would love to include this, but obviously ideally when those bugs have been fixed, right? So we can make a real call to action and say like, hey, can more people please test this? But yeah, I think that would be really good. Julian is saying, what are you saying?
I think he's talking about if I think you when you meant it's empty. If right now, if it's empty, the form complains. That's about the phone number. So you can just put like plus 1 2 3 4 to 9.
1 2 3.
Yeah,
No, I know.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
did
what
that.
we do, but
It
like, I
worked.
worry that some people may be like, don't want to do this. And so just make sure that it's optional, right? Like, it's not required to submit. Even if you put a fake number, people will not like the fact that it's required, I think.
Okay, yeah, that's actually a really good.
But what if it happens to be another person's number?
Yeah, that's bad.
Sorry.
I mean, normally, and I know, in Europe, the regulation is actually pretty strict about this. I think in the US it's the same. You're supposed to double opt in these kind of things. So when people put a number, you send them a text, and they need to enter a confirmation number. So you make sure that they actually own the number. And same with email. But that adds a ton of friction, which is why I think when it's possible, we don't make it optional, so that at least you're not requiring this for anyone. And the odds of somebody putting in somebody else's number are much lower than if it's like, I'm going to put a random number. It's like, well, that happens to be Stella's number.
Yeah, and
I
so
would not be happy about that. That's the same.
Absolutely. Another thing that we would love to do, like later down the road, is like collaborations with people, so that we can have boot camps that aren't really hosted by us. Like, we're just using our network and everything, but someone else is actually doing the education, the cohorts, and all that. So we are able to put it, because it's really exciting, and a lot of people have been asking for something like this from like me the time I've been on the field. That's why I was able to build this. Okay, I think Will has his hand up.
Yes. Also, let's make sure like there is some space left for other stuff. But Ceci was first raising her hand, and then Will.
Yeah, just a short question. So, will all these cohorts do like async programs, or are you planning like to make a sync program? So maybe the mentor will be like having and hosting the online session and giving the class, or how are you thinking about this?
So that's a really good question, and I think someone who does some kind of online school did raise a question like this. One of the beta testers. So the way I thought about it initially, so I'm thinking a lot more about this whole process now. But initially, how I thought about it is there will be sessions like this, which it'll be like a call where the instructor can interact with the learners, and then there will be tasks that are async, but they have a time frame. So each milestone has a time frame for you to be able to do it to get the reward. And then the lock for the milestone prevents you to do the next one if you haven't done the prerequisite milestone. But if you are able to do it within the specific period of the task, then you get the reward that's associated with that task. But if you don't do it within that time, you will still be able to complete it, but you won't get the reward. So you just need to do it so you can get to the next task. So during each cohort, there will be sessions that the instructor can have the the learners. So maybe attending that call is a task that's required for them to do. So you can have that once a week or as many times as the instructor requires. And then the tasks that are associated, they can do as so it's more like a hybrid way to do it. But everything happens within the time of the cohort. You can't be like, oh, I will complete this cohort 5 weeks from now. No, like the cohort, if it's a 4 week cohort between 1st of September to 30th of September, you have to do everything within that time frame. You can't do it sometime in November or something because it'll be closed. You have to join the next cohort. So a boot camp is the thing. Like maybe the boot camp is learning about Web3 fashion, how you can do all that thing, and then you have different cohorts for that specific boot camp. So if you miss the first one, you might come for the third one, something like that.
I think that's understood. Is it,
Thank-
Sissy?
Yeah, I'm
Awesome.
listening.
Will?
Yeah, you mentioned down the road you want other facilitators of your platform. So I don't know if you're connected with Carla God and Borla Dev, but that's one natural synergy that comes top of mind. And if you're not, I'd love to make the introduction.
I'm sorry, the name, I'm not sure I got the name.
Borderless Dev.
Okay, borderless.
Yeah.
Borderless. There's so many borderless out there. I'm not sure if that's the one that you're talking
Carla
about.
God, who
Oh
also
yeah, Carla. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I am. We actually did a program together before in the University of Port Harcourt. So there was a program I organized, and we worked on that together. And I just realized she lives really close to me. The other day, I just ran into her husband, and just this random guy. He was wearing a shirt, a Lisk shirt, and I stopped him like, "Hey, are you some kind of Web3 guy?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I do it with my wife." "Oh, really?" "Yeah." I was like, the name pops up, Carla. What? So we're like neighbors. It's crazy.
That's awesome. But also thank you, Will, for always thinking of how to make connections. This is awesome. Um, all right. Few more things on our agenda. Thank you, Danny. And please test the app. Let Danny know fixes. So when we're pushing this out next week, we don't have to push it out on Tuesday. We could push it out on Thursday. Just take your time to make sure this is in really great shape. And then let's do this. I want to say a few words. A few words on 3 topics. One topic is Kara Howard, who you guys know from the C3 community. So she's been making really good advances with her educational website. So I also think at some point Danny and Kara should probably talk to each other because you're still talking to very different audiences, but we are kind of in the same synergy pool. So you might benefit from each other, to be honest. And Kara has been doing a really fantastic job connecting me with other people in the ecosystem. So I had yesterday a call with Straight Trader from Unichain, and actually with a very promising result on helping us to get the context that we need to actually get a few projects involved potentially that would do stuff on Unlock, including the Unichain people. So if we were to integrate Unichain, which Julian always said, like, we should have at least 5 projects who would consistently use that. So trying to work with Straight on this, and trying to work with Sotong from Starknet on the same idea, right? And they're both very, maybe it's because they're women, don't want to be judgmental about this, but they are much more open to getting this issue tackled than the guys I had spoken to before, which is really awesome. So wanted to just say Kara has been really good at trying to make these connections and really pushing this idea forward of not just integrating within a chain, but doing it in a way where it brings actually benefits to Unlock Protocol DAO for long-term use. So that's really cool. That's one thing that I wanted to share. The other thing that I would like to share and essentially do a shout out is for Anupa Desgupta. Anupa has been kind of taking over from Trix for now, because Trix is on, I want to say, a burnout break. Let's call it a burnout break. And so Anupa has been doing such a great job at putting the ambassador resources together. I know we've not been really talking much about how this is done, but essentially the ambassador program it's a pretty big chunk of work, because it includes ready-made presentations for ambassadors that they can just use for wherever they go. It's general onboarding, it's project onboarding, it has an event presentation, it has a certification presentation, like all of this, takes time to put together. And it includes actual resources so that the ambassadors or ambassadors to be understand, like, what is expected of them. So all of these details are being defined, and obviously this takes time and it takes work. And Nuba has been essential to making this work, to be honest, aside of course from Trix, right? So a big shout out to her. Also big shout out to Gosman Gonzalez, who's here with us today, because he published his first article, first content contribution in that sense, under the wings of Unlock Protocol today, writing an amazing onboarding article. So please spread it. If you always wanted to invite some friends to Unlock, but you never knew where to send them to that article. It's a great article. It explains the journey from UDT to up. It kind of wheels people in, and it's written.
Have we lost Stella? Or
Yeah, I think
I
Stella.
thought it was my network, but
your network maybe.
Stella is frozen.
Cutting.
Yeah, she's
Yeah, it's
frozen.
cutting her audio, and it's frozen the video.
She moved. She's gone.
Oh.
Oof. Hopefully she'll come back.
Oh,
Well, that's the first.
Let's give her a couple seconds to come back.
Helen is playing us games today at marketing.
And she's back.
And also issues.
Stella went. Oh, yay! She's back.
Can you guys still hear me? Am I back?
You're back.
Are you guys all frozen for me? I don't know what's happening.
No, but we hear you and see you.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm back. Okay, cool. I'm back. Okay, awesome. Okay, I was getting sad. Okay, cool. Okay, and the live stream didn't end. What a nice surprise. Okay, cool. All right. So let me share my screen. So there's essentially 2 things that I want to share. One is I've been dabbling with vibe coding again, and this time I managed to do some stuff, I think. The only thing that I wasn't quite aware of, so you guys remember the burner membership thing, right? And I really want to see this through, and I don't know, it felt like a mini project that I can tackle, but I'm not sure if I can actually tackle it. So this has essentially 3 screens. It's mobile optimized because it's really
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Oh no, we lost her again. Stella, you're frozen
Uh,
again. Are you using a
Maybe
VPN or anything like that, Stella?
her
Maybe that's
audio
causing the
is
issues.
hiding. Maybe it's Brave.
I mean, the fact that we're all connected, and the fact that it's come and goes, I worry you're using a VPN or something like that, Stella, no?
On iPhone as a scanner.
Stella,
So here
we
you would
can't hear
essentially
most
enter
of
the
what
blockchain.
you said.
You launch this.
Stella, I think we lost you for a couple minutes, not minutes, but
Hello.
30 seconds, 50 seconds. Are you using a VPN?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not
Maybe
using
you should try
VPN.
turning off your video and making the presentation. So maybe if the network is bad,
Yeah,
then
not a bad idea.
we can see what you're presenting.
Can you see my screen? And can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Well, okay, let's try again. Thank you for the tip. Good point. Okay, so anyway, you would essentially name the blockchain that your contract is on. You would enter your smart contract address, and then this screen is omitted right now. You would essentially then get to the actual scanner app. So here's my difficulty in all of this, and I hope one of you can help me with this because you're all so much more experienced than I am. My problem is that I realized I need a paid Apple developer account because otherwise I cannot create a certificate with which I can deploy the app, with which I can actually not just simulate the app, but actually test if the NFC functionality is working. So before I was going to do that, I wanted to know how can I see in the code if the NFC thing is actually supposed to work?
Okay, let me see. Do you want to make an iOS app? Is that what you want to do?
An iOS web app. So like ideally on Safari because it seems other browsers don't really support NFC scanning technology natively. It's like, is this whole like it would be so much easier if no NFC shit would be involved. But since this is the main connection thing, this is also what's causing the most trouble. But I feel like it's the perfect mini project for me to get started with. So I really want to see this through by all means.
I will try to see if these progressive web app type things can utilize the NFC. That's the near field communication thing, right? That's what you're talking
Yeah,
about. Because
exactly.
I don't really know, so I can just look into it, but I don't know for now.
Yeah, because like all the complications that are coming into this project are because of the NFC stuff. Like everything else, if this would be just a web app,
Looks like you're going to have to do without your video today, Stella, because
You're
your
back in
network
frozen
is a
land.
bit bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, NFC stuff is notoriously proprietary right now. I think both iOS and Android are keeping their stuff close to their chests for now. But yeah,
yeah,
I think you would have to find. I mean, Danny had a right intuition. Is like, can you do either universal builds of some kind, or I think there's a bunch of web APIs, but I did check that quickly, and it looks like it's very not widely supported at this point. There is a web NFC API, but it's I think only
yeah.
supported by Chrome on Android and by Opera on Android and by Samsung on Android, obviously, and WebView Android. So definitely not supported by Apple, and that's the kind of thing that Apple usually takes forever
Oh,
twice to implement because
okay.
they worry that, and it's a way for them to charge people. It's like you are going to pay $100 to create an app, and if you do the web, then it's free, and so they won't let you do that.
So I'm curious what the NFC is for the app that you're
Oh,
building.
you didn't, I think you weren't on these calls, but it's essentially they have Burner.pro has these hardware wallets, and then Digital Spenders Club, which a friend of mine is a co-founder of, he approached me and said, oh, would be so cool to have like memberships, scannable memberships on these cards, right? I was like, oh, that would be so dope to do, and it could be potentially be so easy, right, as to put the card near the phone, see if that specific membership NFT or from that contract is on there, and just, scan people into an event. It feels like such an intuitive thing to do. But the app for that it's really not easy. And especially not for me because I'm not a developer. So yeah, but I want to see this through, but I also didn't want to make that big of a deal out of it for this session. The other thing that I'm working on is actually with a developer. So I'm less lost, I feel, which is Manuel. If he's Manuel is still around. So Manuel and I are working on together with an illustrator friend of mine. We're working also on a little app that is supposed to run as a mini app in Farcaster, and it's about essentially I want to say Pokemon or a Tamagotchi meets piggy bank. So it's meant as a, saving up application while feeding your little creature with up tokens. And the creatures are based on dynamic NFTs made with Unlock Protocol. So Manuel is digging into what Julian sent me last week to figure out how this can be made work. But those are essentially the two little projects that we're working on. And the illustrator that I've been working with in Alana for like ages, she is so good. So I'm so happy that she agreed to help us. And yeah, anyways, that's it. That's it. That's it. Can you still hear me, or have I vanished again into oblivion? Okay,
No,
cool.
you're here. We can hear you.
Okay, that's awesome. This brings me to my last point, which I discussed today in a little bit more detail with Andrew. So I don't know if you guys saw this, but someone did a huge token dump this morning, and this has vastly impacted our price. So it's not a very nice topic to talk about, but we also have to talk about stuff like that, right? And so one of our token holders just posted this into the marketing chat saying, on Basescan, it looks like 5 million. Don't know if I'm reading that correctly. In the morning, Andrew told me it was 2.5 million. I have not yet checked, but yeah, it made a huge price impact, right, on us, obviously. It's a very sad price impact as well. That said, we have two chats that are existing outside of the Unlock Discord, which is we have a posting chat. So everyone who has, authority over one or more essentially social media accounts is in there, and we share content, and then whoever posts of us first, this is essentially the guideline for everyone else to make a ripoff on their platform from that post. This is how we've been feeding social media of Unlock quite well these days. The other chat that we have is a Council of Stewards chat, where we're discussing more high-level topics on roadmap and different initiatives that are supposed to line up. And so I added this morning and of course that's too long to add. Let me actually share my screen instead. Because I think the next steps that we take need to be very strategic. I mean, it has been for a while, but not everything has been lining up super well. So I don't know if you can see this well, but is essentially these are the different steps that we think we should take in the next, I want to say, 3 to 4 months at the same time to hopefully positively impact trophy price and really, really get this liquidity issue sorted out. And I can post a little bit more later on the Discord as well and copy paste this in there, because like at least on Steward Council level, we all agreed we don't have, a perfect solution for how to turn the ship around. But we think that multiple angles of attack might work better than just one. So if they are lined up, I think this is our only real chance of turning this around, because what happened this morning definitely left a Scarface style. That's not so good. So yeah, I don't know what you guys think. Happy to hear a commentary on this, but
Yeah,
that's where we are with that. Yes.
I think you're totally right. It hurts. It sucks. I will try. Do we know who that is? Is that an active community member, or do we know? Is that just a? Yeah, that's frustrating to say the least.
No, not really. I thought I knew, and I thought it was 2.5, but it was in the end much more. So no, we have not really an idea who that is. I also asked Andrew, who is still in charge of the trading group that I think none of us are part of, to make a note to have people there understand, because they're not keeping up with our news, right? So to make them understand that we're working on a lot of things at the same time. And of course, we cannot convince people to hold their tokens, right? That's impossible. Autonomy is part of this ecosystem. So they make their autonomous decision as well, right? To sell or to hold. But maybe if we share more transparently, like essentially we go where they are, and they are sadly in this trading group chat. They are not attending the DAO calls. They're not necessarily receiving the newsletters. So they might just think we're not doing anything, whilst here all the little cogwheels have been running wild, right? So I asked him to share more transparently on that group to make people aware that we are doing a lot of things, right? But I thought crossed my mind if person got hacked, but then I dropped it. I don't think they got hacked. Don't think so.
Well, I mean, quickly checking things. It's basically it's an address that jumped 5.8 million, almost 5.7 million tokens, which is obviously very significant. And their balance has been created 187 days ago from a lot of different accounts. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different accounts that have basically consolidated into a single big balance that was sold today, all of it. I'm going to try to see if any of these accounts, the 7 that have consolidated, I can track down from where that is. But it hurts to say the least. Don't know what else to say. I'm going to try to see who that is, or who. I don't think we can say who, but if we can identify where that's coming from, that hurts.
Honestly, if they assembled from different accounts, it feels like it was a very much conscious decision to sell.
Oh yeah.
So there is no way of like I said, right? This is part of the autonomy that we give people here.
Yeah.
So even if we know, I don't know if it would do any good, to be honest. But it's like I think I struggle to understand how can we reach people.
Exactly.
Like we're publishing a very regular newsletter. We're now present on multiple social media platforms, pushing out content in a very regular manner. Right? We're holding weekly DAO calls. We're holding a weekly, marketing call. We have these working groups. We have responsible stewards who are out there. So what else can we do to make people aware stuff is happening? Right? Like that's where I'm like failing to understand. Like what else can we potentially do to keep things like this from happening? I'm lost. I'm a little bit at a loss here.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It's not about blaming that person. It's about trying to understand why, and if they were aware. Like, you're right. They probably don't know about the ongoing activity, but I think it would be interesting if we can try to kind of understand what we should do to avoid any other similar things. Because as you said, like we do a lot of stuff, you do a lot of stuff, obviously, and we have very little visibility on any of that thing. So it's kind of frustrating.
This is why I brought this up last. So it's not going to ruin our mood from the beginning. Because the least thing I want people to feel is like frustrated, right? I want people to look forward to building with Unlock and doing fun stuff together. And this is just always a little bit of and I don't know if they understand that when they sell, that this is a little bit of almost like disappreciating, right, what other people have been putting in as work. And I don't know if they understand that at all, but well, that's how the ruble rolls is a German phrase. What are we gonna do about it, right? We just keep doing what we're doing, or we're gonna try and do better. We're gonna try and understand, right? But yeah, and I think this strategy, this lineup strategy of essentially trying to get a larger but educational focused crypto influencer. And maybe, Julian, I know Chris has a lot of contacts. Maybe you can reach out to him and ask him for a recommendation, because we're essentially looking for someone like Eric Pan, if he doesn't respond to any of us, who does very educational breakdowns, but is still very huge on crypto influencing. So, like, good reputation guy, so to speak, to do like 1 or 2 videos for us to get a little bit more volume into the A-bond liquidity generation, so we can bolster up our treasury a little bit. Then we're going to work with the RAMS people, the Raise Up Morning Show people, together over a period of 3 months, right? Also, I don't know, Julian, if you already saw, but Danny handed in a proposal pull request for review about this on the GitHub, right? So any feedback, please provide that to him when you can. Then, obviously these chain initiatives, right, with Unichain, with Starknet, to potentially open our doors to other type of communities. I think that would be good, but obviously only if they give us the requirements that we need. Then, the collaboration with Scout Game. One idea that I want to propose for that is a Facebook marketplace kind of app for Farcaster that the guys could focus to build on, among some other issues, right? Then, the fee collection structure that you and Clement will revise, right? That's part 5. And then, essentially all of us building like little tools in our little communities, like Danny just showed today, right? I think all of these things at the same time might actually lead to more impact and hopefully to more people investing in essentially us, right? This is what this is about, essentially investing in all of us. So yeah, that's what I have.
I think that's wise words altogether. Yeah, obviously it hurts. One thing that I think about, that's rotation from somebody who's not active, moves away, and not giving any advice here, but that also means the tokens are cheaper now, and so it means that people that are active in the community can maybe take a little bit of a more and again, like, I'm not asking anyone to buy, but like I see this as a way to go from a population of people that are, one of the trends that we've said all the time is we have a decoupling between the active members, us and more, and the actual token holders. I wish this was not happening like this, but at least the passive token holders, when they dump, they're moving away, and so it means that these two sets can eventually be closer to one another. That's how I think about these things. I'm not trying to spin this into like, this is amazing news. Like, that's not what I'm saying, but at least it brings a little bit of alignment to something that's, I think, always hurt us. If you think about it, as a community, we've always.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, and so yes. It's not solved by any mean or any of that, but at least, well, that aligns a bit more, and hopefully things can get better down the line. What I'm seeing also, so that's 5.8 million, and basically that's $20,000. So it's obviously a very significant amount of money.
At least on our little yes. pool, it made quite the
flattening impression. It made a difference, right? For sure. It's actually also bad practice to do these kind of things. But yeah, from a trading perspective, like, you would want to actually do that small tape by small tape to avoid kind of the big impact.
Yeah, especially nowadays where you have like automated orders that you can set and stuff.
Yes.
So it almost feels like a revenge attack, if I'm going to be very honest here, in this circle of people, which would be so much meaner, to be honest.
Yeah,
But
it could
I
also be
left.
that there's,
Yeah.
it could, maybe it's a trader type person that's gotten under some pressure, and they need to provide the money, something like that. When people are playing those types of games, you can end up in a situation where you are forced to do it. So that's why the thing
Could be.
Julian said, about understanding what it was, not necessarily because we want to do anything, but so we can try to do whatever we can do on our part to, if this was because they didn't know that things were happening and just thought, what's going on with this people anyway, this is dead, I'm cutting my losses and going away. If
Yeah.
that was the case, we want to like prevent that. But if it was something that was out of our hands and they just had to do what they had to do, then sure.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe you're right. We will never know, probably. But this is why I left some amazing news for last. So, amazing news is that next week, Monday, myself, Soho, and Kara will be speaking at the United Nations Science Summit. Kara and Soho have been elected to be part of panels, so they have a little bit less freedom than me because I was picked to hold a 4-minute speech. And my 4-minute speech will, of course, be all about communities on-chain and tokenized access. And I made it specifically, obviously, in my case, about Unlock and Alana. So Unlock will be name dropping a lot during that speech. So if you guys are interested, this is an online event, essentially accessible worldwide. And man, Unlock will go to the United fucking Nations. Well, that's something cool to end our call with. And yeah, I think this is also what we should look out for, right? I know it's fucking frustrating what happened today. But it's not the end of the world. And I want to say it definitely wasn't our fault. We've been doing the best that we could by all means possible. So I'm super proud of everyone who's been contributing to that awesomeness for the last year, including Partnership Dude, of course. Just join. I don't know. Weren't you supposed to be on holidays? Like, what are you doing here again? Anyways, super happy that we just continue our work and do whatever we can to make stuff cool. Yes, Partnership Do. Last minute comments.
Yeah, I was going to say that I am actually on duty at the hospital, and so yeah, I just remember the call now, and I thought to join. So I don't know if you hear the baby crying around me.
Okay, I will mute you
So that's
again. Too much baby crying. But it's awesome that this is your day job. Okay, so wait, are you still talking? Let me see. I cannot. I think you're not, right? Okay. So, anyways, this is let's recall the GitHub issue Danny sent about the bridge. Which issue?
I think she might
Stacey?
be talking about the proposal which you already mentioned, because that's the only thing I can
Yeah.
think of.
I need to review that, and yeah, it's going to happen this week.
Yeah, that was already. I already said that, Stacey, but Stacey has now eagle eyes on this because she wants the Rise Up Morning Show to start happening very soon, which I really understand. Yeah. Okay, guys, we're good for today. Don't get yourself be depressed by this. Remember, we're at the United Nations. That's all that matters. And yeah, I figured Partnership too. Don't worry. We're going to see you next week again, hopefully, when you're not in duty in a hospital. And yeah, see you guys around. Bye-bye. Bye.